Myers says the lack of Black education matters. The lack of Black spokesmen matters. The lack of Black CEOs matters. The lack of Black superintendent matters. This is a part of economics to me too, because I've been using this kind of lately as just an example. A lot of these companies and corporations are coming out with hashtag Black Lives Matter and hashtag we support you Black people and hashtag, you know, we're right behind you, racism, whatever all of the little cutesy sayings are. A lot of corporations are picking up on that. They're Instagramming it, they're tweeting it, they're sending it via emails. But my thought process is what we really need, I mean, all of that's cute, you know, it's fun, it's aesthetically pleasing, and it puts out a certain image of your brand during a very specific time in which America is in outrage. However, what we really need are you to hire Black people. What we really need are you to make Black people executives in your company. Give them positions of power and not positions that just slide them in and make them a part of the diversity ministry at your company. You know, so how do you feel about that? How these corporations are coming out and saying we support you, but I've not yet heard a company say we're looking for, you know, supervisors and CEOs and executives to be a part of this department. How do you feel about that, Kimberly?
I think that's the biggest issue. A lot of times we are not in the position to have green light power. So the narrative that is put out about our community, the way in which we're presented, the way in which we're recruited is done in a way that is just like extremely culturally insensitive. You know, my primary job is as a writer. I'm an author. The amount of times that I've taken meetings at major publishing houses and seen Black faces that are in, you know, green lighting, the way in which we're recruited is done in a way that is just like extremely culturally insensitive. You know, my primary job is as a writer. I'm an author. The amount of times that I've taken meetings at major publishing houses and seen Black faces that are in, you know, green light, whose focus was not just on getting more, you know, writers of color in place, but actually strategically created plans to get editors and decision makers and heads of publicity in places in the publishing houses. But at the end of the day, I worked in film for forever. I never saw a Black face when I took a meeting with a development executive that could actually green light a show and that could actually, you know, approve a budget for a series or a film. So yeah, they're like, it's cool right now to be like, I stand with you, but I'm gonna need to see all of these companies that are making all this we're in it together propaganda to actually show what it is that they're trying to do. And a lot of times I'm constantly getting, you know, inbox messages from people saying, you know, I want to be an ally. How can I be an ally? And the bottom line is white allies have Black receipts. If you are not doing something that's going to circulate income into the Black community, then I don't want to see it.
White allies have Black receipts. Mm-hmm. Yes, you better say that. Say that. White allies have Black receipts. How do you feel about that, about the corporations, Joe? The corporations and who they should put in positions of power?
You know, I'm gonna have to agree with Kimberly, but to drill down on the issue, I think what we have right now is we have a lot of people of color saying, I'm pissed off about something, right? And then we have a lot of white people saying, okay, we want to be pissed off too, because we feel like in some aspect that, you know, we kind of have something to do with it, whether it's us or our ancestors. So what do we have to do? What I feel like is we need more leadership. We need more leadership to stand up and say, okay, so this is what you can do to help. This is what you can do to help. Just like she said, we need more Black executives. So we need leadership to stand up and say, okay, hire more Black executives. You know what I'm saying? Let's get more people qualified. Let's actually, instead of calling where Black people live communities where they don't own anything, let's call them communities and give them the ability to be able to own these things. So I absolutely agree. But if we don't have that leadership that's going to step in and say, this is what we need to do, like I always say, we're going to end up in the same endless cycle. Everybody's going to be upset. One thing that I don't want to happen, I don't want this passion and this energy to fizzle away, being settled with, you know, just the conviction of a few cops. I think that we need to get legislation removed that does not benefit us, but we also need to get legislation implemented that's going to benefit us as well. But it's going to take a team effort. It's going to take us stop blaming everyone for everything that's happening, and everyone coming together as a collective, while at the same time talking about what happened in the past. Let's have the conversation about racism. Let's embrace the fact that America is built on the backs of slaves. Let's embrace the fact that this is the history that's ingrained, that's embedded in the history of the United States. And let's figure out a platform to where we can all move forward amicably.
Yeah.